Hey guys, I'm Melhorn. In this video, I'm going to go over 3 tips for springtime flathead catfish.
There he goes, there he goes. There he is. That one's mad. That old fish is mad. I was sitting there working on some thumbnail pictures and heard something eek, make an eeking noise. Eek. It was a rod. It's a good problem to have, ain't it, guys? I don't know if he's a netter or a bugger grip. Decent little fish. Beautiful morning, man. The wind ain't here yet. Oh, look at that rod bend. That bow. I might ought to net him. That fish is staying down. I think he growed. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got a little bit of line there. This may be a flathead. He's awful strong. It's a good fish. He fooled me. I thought I was gonna bugger grip that one, and I guess I could. Oh, it's a good fish. Yeah, it's a good fish. Stay down, stay down, stay down. There we go. Good old flathead. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Mr. Flathead. I love it. That's a nice fish. And a flathead. Now I gotta find a channel cat so I can get the slam. Let's get this in the boat and get a look and a wait on it. Hi there, buddy. Hey, fella. You got to kind of do some dental work here. One thing I love about old flathead mouth, they're easy to operate in. That's for sure. There, little fella. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Good flathead. Nothing like a good old flathead catfish. I love them. Big mouth. Big old head. Heck yeah. Beautiful specimen. You gotta love that mouth. Nice fish. Let's get it back alive.
Well guys, my tip number 1, first and foremost in the springtime, watch your water temperatures. When you get around that 60-degree mark in most of the country, it's flathead time. Some places they start a little bit earlier, some places a little bit later. Here in the southeast, 60 degrees is kind of the ding, 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 the bell's going off. Now, they're not all going to get active all at one time and just turn on, but that's kind of what I look for. Some years that's early, some years it's later, but that 60-degree temperature mark seems to be when these fish start showing up, and it's when I start actively targeting them if that's what I'm wanting to fish for. So first tip before anything else comes into play in the springtime, watch your water temperatures. There's no point out there trying to catch them when you're fishing in 45-degree water.
Dude, I just had this one fold over and go slack. This is the one that's going in deeper water. Yep, fish is there. He is there. He's actually come. He actually hit the bait and went shallower. Another bite, another bite. I love it. Love it. Getting hooked up. Dude, this is spring fishing, guys. This is what it's about. This is what we look forward to. When I'm out here pulling my hair out in the wintertime, struggling, having just hideous days of fishing, this is what I'm waiting for. Days when you can come out here and with some level, ooh, 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 guess what, guess what? Got him. Got me another flathead. Heck yes. He ain't a giant, but he's happy. He's happy to see me. I love it when I get me a flathead. Now I got 2 today. This old flathead hold. Getting some flatties, baby. Look at that mouth. That mouth's a mouth of love. Lovely mouth. Look at that. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. Everybody's, all cat fishermen's favorites. Let's get him back alive. Bye-bye, Mr. Flatty.
Tip number 2, fish low light conditions. And what I mean by that is times when it is not super bright. Obviously, you can catch these fish during the middle of the day. I have caught hundreds of them during the middle of the day. I will continue to catch hundreds of them during the middle of the day. But generally speaking, those fish are caught deeper. For you guys that are bank fishing, that are trying to catch these fish from the bank, usually you're going to be better off early in the morning before the sun comes up to those first couple hours until the sun gets above the trees, or fishing at night. These fish are just they're the apex predator, and they move into shallow water, but I think they also feel more comfortable doing it in lower light conditions. Now we got a cloudy day today. that helps. That's another little comfort zone. They're probably not going to be feeding as shallow, but it will extend your time that you get to fish in those early hours. I like to get out super early in the morning, a little bit before the sun comes up, as early as you can. Get out, get set up, and fish that time leading up, you know, through an hour, 2 hours after sunrise. That's the time to really target these fish shallow.
Guys, I'm pretty sure we got a fish swimming off right here.
A reel on it in the rod holder. Boom, got him. There we go.
A little tip for you there. If you got a fish swimming off with a bait, reel down on it in the rod holder. A lot of times when you pull that rod up out of that holder, it creates some slack. It creates maybe a sensation they feel, and they may drop that bait. Reel down on it in the rod holder. Once the fish has loaded the rod up, the hook's set at that point with circle hooks. But when you get one like that that's kind of swimming off, crank down on it. Let's see what we got here. This one was the deepest rod out. This was in some of the deeper water. What we got here? This bite is incredible. This is an incredible morning of fishing. Oh, there he is. Flathead number 3. Bam! The flatheads are eating. He's not a giant, but any flathead is a good flathead. Good guys, a cute little fella. I love him. Look at that. He's a future heartbreaker out there. Yes, sir. An eating machine. A voracious eating machine. Absolutely awesome. Love catching these things, man. They're fun. They're special. They haven't always been in this lake. As a kid, we didn't have them here. We got them now. We're gonna put this one back and let him grow. You know.
All right, guys, tip number 3, and you've seen it today, pay off. Use some kind of cut bait or live bait. I know you're saying, Dieter, you use chicken all the time to catch fish. Why are you not using chicken? Listen, I've caught flathead catfish on chicken. I will continue to catch them, but if I am actively targeting flathead catfish, I am using some kind of fish from the waters that I'm fishing in, whether it be a cut bait or a live bait, some kind of fish. I just think flathead catfish are more apt to hit these type baits than they are something like a stink bait, chicken, worms, that kind of thing. A flathead catfish is kind of a unique predator. It is an apex predator. It is out to eat everything in the lake that is around. And I just think that using cut bait and live bait is a better choice. Now, why one over the other? I think cut bait will get more scent dispersion than a live bait. A live bait, you're relying on that bait's action to bring that fish in. And depending on how you rig and where you put your baits out, that fish may duck into hiding somewhere and never be seen. So the other thing is, live bait, you get one bait out of that fish. Cut bait, depending on the size of the bait, you may get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of bait out of it. So, but the bottom line is, however you fish it, whichever way you fish it, some type of fish from the water that you're fishing in is going to be your best choice as bait for flathead catfish.